I'm gonna go get all. Good morning. I am debating on whether to get ready to work on this sink. I also need to, hopefully while we're doing it, make sure that I get this piece of trim right here stained, because I ended right here and never finished going on around the edge. I never did this side either, but this one ended here and it needs to finish out. If nothing else, it needs to finish out at least here. And I just, things get away from me. And I'm hoping that this is where it leaks. Right here. Leaks around this. And see, when it's dry, when I'm not using it, it doesn't look like anything's happening. But if I run water and turn it off, okay, I lied. Like today, it's not going to. Is that seriously what's going to happen here? Run the water. Turn it off. Yeah, it's there. I don't know if y'all can see this, but it's, see it? See it flicking? So I was looking for that picture of the rice silo thing, where how it looked before they tore it down, and I put that as my thumbnail on this morning's video. I tried to add a little snippet of what one of the, it says judge, so I'm assuming it was just a question asked, or not question asked, but when all the legalities of everything of tearing that building down was being done. This is what she said. It doesn't say what her name, well, I think the article probably said her name, but I didn't catch her name. This is how I felt when I said was we were coming into Dayton, and we weren't going, we don't go to Dayton every week or every 2 weeks. We're talking about every few months we might have to make a trip to Dayton for something. And back when I was younger, it seemed like we went to Dayton a lot more than we ever go now. But regardless of that, that was something that we seen the minute we were on 1960 and we're going in, and when you seen those silo things, that was just like you're almost in Dayton. You know, you just sort of knew it. And this is what a little snippet of what this judge said in an article. The city wishes we could have preserved the structure. We know it is an iconic view of Dayton. You could see you were almost home when you could see the rice dryers in the distance. And just when I read this last night when I was building the video for y'all today, when I read it, I almost cried, because I'm thinking, yes, I'm thinking your football teams coming in, you know, you know, families when they've been out of town and they're almost, you know, they're almost home, or just you've been at work all day long and you're headed down, you know, if you went that direction, you're coming into town, you see them and you know, it's a beacon. It's, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. And I just, when I seen it, it was just so sad. And that is exactly what I thought. What she said is what I thought when I did the video yesterday and seen that it was torn down. So anyway, I wanted to say that, read y'all what, she was one of the judges that was involved in the decision making, I guess, of the legal stuff of tearing it down and whatnot. But and the article was actually a pretty good article. It was through the Bluebonnet News, so if anybody wanted to read that, you could go to it. Bluebonnet News in Liberty County. I think you could probably put in Liberty County Bluebonnet News and you would see it. But actually it's a fairly it was kind of a Liberty County Bluebonnet News, Dayton silos. Let me just see if that pops up. Yeah, end of an error. End of an error, historic rice dryer in Dayton being demolished. And this was back in March is when they posted it. And there's a picture of another side of it. Actually, it looks like this is the side that when we were in front of the gates, and I said, these are the gates I guess you would enter, but they're gone. I mean, what we seen, they were gone. And in this picture, I don't know if y'all can see, but they're still erect, the walls. Anyway, it was, it's evidently was built. It says standing tall since 1949. So yeah, Dad was a little boy. Anyway, it's very sad to see it go. Anyway, I don't know. I've got to run to Tractor Supply. Need a couple of bags of feed and some cat food for the cats outside. And then when we get back, I'm going to make sure, I don't want to get dressed to go in. Cause I've already placed my order for Tractor Supply. I just have to pull up and they bring it out. So I'm hoping to not dress like up because I don't want to go into a store. So before I leave, I'm going to make sure I have plumber's putty. So plumber's putty. He said, don't forget he needs Little Caesars. I'll tell you, this kid. He could eat me out of house and home on my line. When I pull this out, I will take that drain off. Hopefully I'll get it off in good peace and clean the washer, not the washer, well, it's kind of like a washer, but anyway, the gasket. I'll clean the gasket, get everything cleaned off, and then as long as I have plumber's putty, I can drop that back in. Then I know my drain will have to be reworked, but I'm pretty sure I have enough drain pipe stuff outside in my plumbing stuff that I shouldn't have to buy anything. And then I will caulk it after it's down. I will run a bead of clear caulk all the way around it, just like I did this one. And I was peeling on this morning. I was kind of peeling it up, and you can kind of see it's like flaking, and I don't know if y'all can see, but it's there. And I was peeling it off this morning like that. Anyway, but I'm going to sit down and pull everything out from underneath there, so I have an easy access to the supply lines, and get them turned off, and unhooked, and it should be, I mean, pulling that out of the hole is not going to be a big deal. My problem is I'm pray that drip that I've had that I didn't notice right off the bat for a long time. I don't know how long it had been doing that, where I felt like, oh, I've got to put something back there till I get a new faucet. I hope it hasn't caused any kind of rot where the sink behind at the back is messed up. And if it is, I'll have to try to replace that without, I do not want to tear out this whole kitchen cabinet because a sink dripped. So I'm hoping that if there is something bad back there, it's an easy fix before we drop the new one in. I'm just gonna pray about that. All right, I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in a little bit. I think Buddy and Steph are gonna come over and do the sink for me, so I don't have to. I called them and I said, I seen that they had a little reel, little short on Facebook. Hold on. I seen they had a little reel or a short on Facebook where Buddy's pushing that wobbly cart. And so I thought, I bet they're headed home now. So I said, it would be really nice if my son and daughter-in-law wanted to come put a sink in. He's here. Around this morning. I'm going to go open the front door.
Can I put it out there for you, sure?
What happened?
Okay, please stop that.
Film the neck?
No, they're not. You turn the light on? How bad is this? It's pretty bad, isn't it?
Well, your valves are leaking, but we don't have replacement valves.
What valves?
They're on and off valves. You don't see the drip?
Yeah, but when they're on, they don't leak.
Oh, okay.
But this did get wet from years of, I mean, not years, but however long that thing's been. You know, see? But we've got this wet for, but it's wet too. See how much is gathers in it? Did you feel how wet that was?
Yeah.
This is how much water. I've just had that wrapped only around the neck on the other one right there. Oh, let me try this. And that one is the same size though. So it should just,
These are crimped on.
yeah, because that's still the mobile home stuff.
So we have to try and reuse them. So using the new ones.
No,
They're not screw on, and the new ones aren't gonna fit.
well, I was hoping that we wouldn't have to use the new supply lines anyway. Where'd I put them? Oh, you already took them out. Because those work. All we have to do is, oh, I know what you mean, like we can't put them on and then drop it down in.
Yeah, we can't replace the actual hose.
Yeah, because I never replaced them when I got the house.
We need more towels.
Okay. I'll get them from in here.
Or bucket. I'll put the bucket under there so you
I
can
have a
see.
big towel, or does he need dish towels?
Big towel.
Here.
Here. Did you see which one?
Nope.
Do you want to do it again?
Do you have a light?
Okay, I think it. Turn it off. This little.
Is it from the top or from that one?
So I think I know what it is. I think when you gave me that little adapter, I stuck it in there. I didn't put one of those plastic rings around it.
Is there extra?
No, wait a minute. That top one should have a self ring. Doesn't it don't have a lip on that
This
pipe?
has a lip. This, oh, does it have a lip?
That one you're unscrewing now should have a plastic thing.
Oh, it does have one. Then why is it coming back out?
But that one with the lip is like it's built on anti.
Unless I just need the plumber's tape it. I can try plumber's taping it.
No, it's in the hole.
What are you doing?
This, can you get the sink out? The sink is falling in the hole.
Buddy's going out with the free sink. That's their payment for hooking up a new sink. And he's going to replace some lines for me, right?
Me?
You're going to replace. Don't go that way. You have to fight through everything. Okay, yes. Levi's. If you just hide it for a day or two, or throw it on there right on Wednesday morning, before the people come.
He wasn't lying. It was very heavy.
I hope there's not clothes in there and stuff. I told him to clean his room.
Oh my gosh, I think it's more than this. You want to look through it?
We need to take this to the beach so we can put it on the ground and stand like 1 foot in the sink and 1 foot on the beach.
What does that mean?
Like in the Bible,
Oh.
the ground you walk on is sink and sand.
Oh my. That was a homemade joke right there. He made that up, right?
Every day.
Homemade joke. Thank you, baby. Thanks, Steph. Bye. All right, so Buddy and Steph are gone. I've got a small tube of clear caulk for like sinks and things like that, but I don't think it's enough in it to even attempt to go around it. Cast iron is so heavy that it kind of seals itself. You know, you don't have to. In fact, what I'll do and what I've always done in the past is I will caulk it all the way around. I'll try to get to the back. It's hard to get to the backs when they're on the counter like that against the wall. I'll get as much back there as I can and up this other side over here. And then I will kind of I'm going to show you something, just a little bit. Like I will do something like this that lifts it up just a little, and I will caulk, and I'll keep it there. You know, like I'll put something under to hold it up off the counter, and I'll run the caulk under, and then I will pull that out, and the sink will set in it. And then I will take some like really heavy pot, some cast iron. I'll set some dish towels, and then my cast iron stuff, and it'll give that weight to it. I may even set stuff in the cast iron pots. That's what I did the last time. And it just holds it sort of in place, and then come the next day, I'll do it at night before I go to bed. Come the next day, it's set. So I put a bigger bead. I don't know, I always have. Buddy put a bead in here. He put it on the sink itself, and then he sat that down in. But when it didn't seal and they unhooked it, I took it and made a really big bead of the plumber's putty, and I actually put it on the bottom of the drain, and then flipped it over and pushed it down real tight, and then told him to start spinning, and Steph who held the screwdriver in as he spun, and this is what all came out. But there's still so much in there, and I am not going to peel this away till probably tomorrow morning, or maybe late tonight before I go to bed. This side, see, is already peeled back some, but the bigger the bead, the more stays under, you know. And some of this, like, see where it's broke right here, and there's a little bit, that'll stay there. It'll just stay. And I'll wash around it, and sometimes clean, and that some pieces may flake off, but eventually it'll all be cleaned. It'll all come out, and I'll throw it away. But there's some around this edge. I know you can't see it on the camera, but I never take it all the way off at first. And my bead is big, and I started to do it on camera, but I didn't. But the bead, I make a big old snake out of the bead. I mean, I'm gonna, this don't turn. Oh my gosh, this camera. Okay, I want to show y'all something. See this plumber's putty? I'm not gonna make a long one, but I'm gonna show you how fat I keep them. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is it. This is how fat of a bead. Somebody may say, oh my gosh, that's way too much. This is what I do. And I never have, like I just said, you seen all that I just showed you that came out. But these people that do these really thin little things like this, I feel like that's just not enough. And I've never had it leak around the drain, ever. Around the actual drain. It may leak. There may be a leak down in there in the plumbing department part, but there's never, I never have a leak from out of this to the tailpipe. I never have a leak there. So Buddy's going to replace, I don't have hot water right now. He's going to replace my hot and cold water lines to PEX. Anyway, I'm happy, but for the night, I will take some paper towels, and I will pull a couple, 2 or 3 off, and I will lay them under there in different places underneath all the work we've just done. And tomorrow morning, if they're wet, then I'll know we've got to, anyway. All right, guys. I love you guys. God bless y'all. And I'll see you later. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.